Welcome to week 4 of the course. We're going to be talking about budgeting and program evaluation this week. And the first part of your program proposal is due this week as well. So this week we're going to be focusing more on the quantitative aspects of a program. So this includes the budgeting and how to evaluate a program to assess the kinds of in-kind contributions that are being made, the service delivery, the costs of those services, and really weighing the cost and the benefit of that program proposal. So we're in week 4 here, and I'm going into the readings and objectives. So you're going to be able to describe the components of a budget after this week, analyze the different costs of what it means to really deliver services, and then describe the purposes and the methods of a program evaluation. So this week's readings are chapter 13 in the Brody book, and then there's 2 articles here, one on measuring the impact of university civic engagement, and then McNamara's article on the basic guide to program evaluation, including how to evaluate outcomes. So those are the resources for this week. Again, you're going to be sticking with the same triad or dyad that you had last week. By now, they would have been giving you feedback for your program proposal, the part 1. So please, heed that feedback. And if you have questions, of course, I'm here to answer them. But you want to take that feedback from your partners and start to apply it for your final part 1, which will be turned in to be graded. So you have one discussion question this week around the budget and how to develop a budget narrative. So again, chapter 13 on how to manage an agency's finances are going to be really beneficial and helpful this week, as well as the McNamara reading. So I have a template again for developing the budget, which is going to download now. Just take just a minute to come up. And again, you're going to upload this budget proposal to your initial post for week 4. Oh, there it goes. So here you'll see every program, or whether you're changing a program or starting a new program, is going to need a budget. And you're going to want to think about how much will staff salaries be and wages, fringe benefits, the equipment in a specific agency, if you're going to be contracting services, traveling, meetings, being able to print and copy materials. So here is the budget table here that you'll use, or grid, to include all of your expenses. And then you're going to be explaining and justifying why you need this money in this budget narrative. So you should describe each item, why it's needed, and how you arrived at that cost estimate. So make sure that you account for both expenses as well as the in-kind expenses. And then the third section around program evaluation, so this is the McNamara reading. I want you to develop an evaluation plan for the proposed program in this section, and you're going to present it in narrative form using the grid. And so your grid will allow you to identify each specific outcome and then how it's going to be evaluated, the methods or tools that we'll use, the timeline for the evaluation, and who would be responsible to ensure that the evaluation is completed. If you have questions about this worksheet, please get in touch with me. Let's see if I'm gonna. So I think this kicked me out. So I'll just go back in. And we'll spread out the week 4. So for your response post for that discussion, again, you are going to be critiquing your dyad or your triad partners, and I want you to respond to each person that is in your group. And there are 2 links here to give you examples of the critique you can provide. But again, just like last week, you're going to assume the role of an agency funder or agency representative, and you want to consider this section of the proposal just as seriously as anyone else would. Would you really consider giving them this grant? What areas might they strengthen? And then there's the rubrics to help you. So your initial post with that template that you're going to upload is due by Thursday, 11:59 p.m. And then your response post to your peer or peers is due by Sunday. Again, if you have questions about this, please email me. Because we're in week 4, this is also a really opportune time to do a mid-semester evaluation and check-in. This is anonymous. I promise you I will never know who is saying what, and your feedback is really, really important to me. So if something is really working well for you in this course, I'd like to hear that and know about that. And if there is something that really isn't working well for you, or something that I can improve as your instructor, please take a moment and fill out the mid-semester evaluation. Lastly, your program proposal, part 1, is due for this week, and you're just going to upload this Word document here in the submission section, and then I will be officially grading it this week. Last week, you turned it in as a initial prompt post for your weekly discussion, and you got critique and feedback from your peers, and so I'm looking forward to seeing your part 1 of your proposal. So this is a relatively short video this week. I will let you get on with your reading about budgeting and program evaluation, and if there are any questions that I can answer, please get in touch with me. Thanks.